Hey Grant, hey Jordan. It's not really Friday, but I'm driving to go down to Thanksgiving. At this point, you guys have already had Thanksgiving, so I hope that you guys had an awesome Thanksgiving, and I anticipate mine to be truly memorable because it's my first Thanksgiving that I'm an adult. I also got my hot drink. Can't do without my hot drink. Today I'm talking about video games, and it's a decent part of my life. Which brings up the question why I hadn't talked about that first, but I guess today is the day that I'm going to talk about it. Let us begin. I never really thought about video games as an art form until I saw this one YouTube channel called Extra Credits. I'll put the link in the description for you guys to check it out. It's really cool. They talk about a whole ton of different stuff about video games. First and foremost, they talk about video games as an art form. And that's really interesting. And it kind of legitimizes the whole idea of video games and why we play them, because it's a form of expression rather than just strictly enjoyment. And I mean, that's a part of it too. We enjoy our video games a lot, probably more than is strictly necessary, but when it becomes a form of expression, I think that makes it a lot more viable to say, oh, I play video games, or oh, I review video games, or oh, I make video games, because you become an artist rather than just somebody who plays all the time. I think that's another part too, is that when we play video games, we're participating in this art form, because video games by their nature are incomplete. They have to include the player. Movies and books and paintings, for example, they're already done. They're just left for us to view. We don't add anything to the canvas. When somebody makes a parody or bases something off of that work, they're not adding to that work, they're making another piece of art based off of that. Video games are worlds apart from that, because we as players, like I said, we participate in this idea. I think it's one of the 7 deadly sins to make a sequel of a game, because, well, you told the story you wanted to tell in the first game, now you're just making a franchise out of it. There are also games that are terrible because, you know, it's based off of other games that are popular, you know, so they make them because other games were successful, and they're not as good because they're there to make money. They're not there to make a specific statement. And so a lot of what we do in for video games is based off of this notion that we've had for a long time, that games don't need to be taken seriously. It's a double-edged sword in that when we do anything serious, it's kind of brushed off as just, you know, it's a thing, right? It's just a thing, it's not really real. And at the same time, we can hide behind it. If we make anything controversial, we can just say, oh, it's just a game. We're not really trying to make any specific statement about it. And that's really not true, because if you've seen or played games like BioShock and Mass Effect, you know that they incorporate a lot of really deep stuff into their gameplay. BioShock included Atlas Shrugged and other things by Ayn Rand into the game. Mass Effect included Bible quotes to characterize their characters. And, well, you wouldn't really do that if you didn't care about a video game. Ayn Rand and the Bible are like, they're deep stuff. I've never read Ayn Rand, but from the bemoanings of a lot of my friends having to read The Fountainhead, I know that it's pretty deep stuff. We have to pick up the slack. Like, we as gamers have to realize what games suck and what games don't, and put the money where real expression and real passion comes from. And developers have the responsibility to give us games that actually matter, rather than just not caring and putting out a game just to make money. Just putting out a game for the purpose of making money is kind of dumb. I hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving, and I look forward to the stories that go along with the Thanksgiving weekend of drunk men and exploding turkeys. You guys will see me again on Friday, and I look forward to watching your videos. Be fantastic.